When beginning to design an airside system, one of the first steps is to add mechanical equipment. Once you calculate heating and cooling loads for the building, you typically begin to size mechanical equipment and make sure that you have enough mechanical space in the building. You can place mechanical equipment in plan or 3D views. To add mechanical equipment to a building model, on the Systems ribbon, in the Mechanical panel, click Mechanical Equipment. When you do, the ribbon changes to the Modify Place Mechanical Equipment contextual ribbon. The Options bar also changes to show options specific to placing mechanical equipment. Also, realize that the Properties palette changes and the Type Selector contains a list of mechanical equipment types already loaded in the current project. You can select the type of mechanical equipment by choosing from this list. If the type you want to use does not appear in this list, you can load it from the Revit component library. To find more mechanical equipment, in the Mode panel, you would click the Load Family tool. Also, when you place mechanical equipment, in the Tag panel, you have the choice of including a tag. The Tag on Placement button is actually a toggle. When selected, the button has a dark background and a tag will be added when you place the mechanical equipment. If you toggle this off, the background lightens and a tag will not be included when you place the mechanical equipment. If you later decide to add a tag, Revit includes a function to tag untagged elements. I'll toggle this back on again. When tags are included, notice that in the Options bar, you have a choice of placing the tags either horizontal or vertical. You can click the Tags button to display the Loaded Tags dialog so you can see which tags are loaded and load other tags if you wish. I'll click Cancel to close this dialog. You can also enable a leader if desired and then specify the length of the leader. I'll leave this checkbox cleared for now. Also in the Options bar, the Rotate After Placement option appears if the mechanical equipment family selected in the Type Selector is not a hosted component. If I select this checkbox, after I click to place the mechanical equipment, Revit displays an angle vector that I can use to rotate the equipment. Note that I can type a specific angle value, such as 30 degrees, and then press Enter. Since this is not the type of equipment I want to use, I'll click Undo in the Quick Access toolbar to remove the equipment. This building has actually been zoned for a water source heat pump system. Looking in the Type Selector, I can see that there are not any water source heat pumps loaded into this project. To load additional mechanical equipment families, I'll click Load Family in the contextual ribbon. Revit displays the Load Family dialog. Here, you can navigate to the folder where the families are saved and then click Open to load them into the project. I'll open Mechanical, MEP, Airside Components, Heat Pumps. There is not much mechanical space in this building, so the heat pumps will need to be placed above the ceiling. And since I'll need several sizes and configurations, I'll go ahead and select all of the horizontal families. You can use the Control and Shift keys to select multiple families at once. With all of the families selected, I'll click Open. Revit begins loading the families into the project. Depending on the number of families you selected, this could take some time. Once the families are loaded, you can see the various types in the Type Selector. Once you have the type selected and are ready to place the equipment, you should first check the level and offset in the Properties palette. As you can see, there is also a host parameter. In this case, the host is the level at which we are placing the equipment. I'll change the offset to 9 feet or 2,700 millimeters in the metric file. Now we are ready to place the equipment. Moving into the drawing area, I can see the equipment attached to my cursor. I can press the spacebar to rotate the equipment in 90-degree increments before placing the equipment. When you're ready to place the equipment, simply click. Each time you click, an instance of the mechanical equipment is placed at the specified offset. You can also change any of the other parameters in the Properties palette before placing the equipment. To end the command, I'll click Modify. After placing mechanical equipment, you can select an element and then modify any of the parameters in the Properties palette. Or you can select Edit Type in the Properties palette to open the Type Properties dialog for that family. The instance and type parameters for mechanical equipment vary from family to family. When placing mechanical equipment for your project, you should first check with the product manufacturer for the equipment you are going to specify to see if they have families available. If not, you can start with one of the families in the Revit Family Library. You can easily modify a family to change its size and parameters. I'll click Cancel to close the dialog. When I switch to the Level 2 Zone plan by double-clicking the view in the project browser, I can see the HVAC zones on this level. When I select a zone, I can scroll down to the Energy Analysis section to see the heating and cooling loads. These parameters can be populated by the Integrated Heating and Cooling Loads Analysis tool, or from a GBXML file. Now, I can check the capacity of the equipment to make sure that it meets the load of the spaces in the zone. If you use another program to calculate the loads and do not import a GBXML file into Revit, you can use another method to make sure that the equipment capacities meet the loads as you add mechanical equipment to the model.